Hello everyone, welcome to the session Programming for Problem Solving. Myself Navya, I'm an assistant professor from the Department of CSIT in MLR Institutions of Technology. So in this session, we are going to see the concept of functions in C. So coming to the overview of the section, what is a top-down design with functions and what is meant by functions and how you are going to declare a function, what is the definition of function and what is a function call. The basic things of a function we are going to see in this session and what are the advantages of functions too. Coming to the top-down design in the functions. So here it is a strategy whenever the complex problem is there, that would be break it down into smaller parts and more manageable sub-problems. So for example, if I has given for a 10 people, if I am giving a particular task, what they will do, if every person does from the starting itself, the work and the time will get more longer. When that was divided into modules, this work has to be done by one person, this work has to be done by one person, like this. If it was dissolved into some parts and it was assigned to each person, then the work will be done very easily, and by combining it, it would be more efficient problem too. So here, each sub-problem is solved individually first by writing by separate functions in C. Okay, this approach is used for simplifying development and increasing readability and promoting code reuse. Here in the top-down design, why we are calling as top-down design means you will start with the main problem first on the top, and then the divided smaller parts modules will be on the bottom. So whatever the things you are going to write in a smaller sections, modules, that would be executed later. First, it will execute with the main function. It will start with the main function. Then, it will carry out to the functions. That's why it is called as top-down design. And each function performs specific task. The main function acts as a controller that calls other functions to perform subtask. Okay. So first, if the main function calls, then only the sub-functions will, the programs or sub-programs or the sub-functions or functions will perform the task. Coming to the function. So function, first we will define the function as a subpart of a program when called, which is used to perform a specific task and it is executed individually. Okay, so every C program must contain at least one function called main function. Main function is also a function. However, the program may also contain other functions also. In every function in C, we are having the following things. First one is function declaration, or you can call it as function prototype, and function definition and function call. So we'll see this in detail. So function declaration. The function declaration tells the compiler about the function name and the data type which it is going to return and what are the parameters you are passing to the function. So the function declaration is also called as function prototype. So the function declaration is performed before main function and inside the main function or any other functions. So this is performed before main function only. We will write the function, if you are using any subprograms, before main function only, you has to declare that first. So what was the syntaxes? Return type, function name and parameter list. Here in this above, return type refers to what value after the completion of that particular task, what value it has to be written and what are the arguments passed to that particular function is parameter list. Function names has to write it was a user defined name which follows the same as variable rules. So this is all about function declaration. Coming to the function definition. Function declaration will end with semicolon. That means you are saying the compiler later on I will define this particular function. Now I just want to recognize you to just I am using this. Coming to the functional declaration. As we have declared there, we will write the actual code to be executed in the function definition. The same thing what you has given there, what you has given here, that would be represented here also. But we will write code here which to be executed, which will perform some specific task. Coming to the function call. Function call tells the compiler when to execute the function definition. When a function call is executed, the execution control jumps automatically to the function definition where the actual codes get executed, and then it will read after completion of that particular code which was there in the function, it will execute all its steps and it will come again back to the call function. So the function call is performed in the main function or any other function or inside the function itself also. So what was the syntax? Function name, and you can pass parameters. There will not be return type here. So function call is different from function definition. Function definition we will write before main function in a global declaration section. But here the function call, we don't have the return type first, and we will just call the function using parameters, and this will be written inside main function or any other functions. Coming to the function call. Function call, you have to follow this one. Using functions, we can implement modular programming, which I said, if a complex problem is there that was divided into small modules, okay, that particular modules has to be divided, and this has been the main execution code. So this is called as modular programming. Functions make the program more readable and understandable. It makes us to understand the code very easily. As it was writing a longer code, then if you convert that into modules, we can go with a simple similar codes. The functions of the program implementation becomes easy. Once a function is created, it can be used many times also. Okay, and using function, larger programs will be divided into smaller modules. These are the advantages of the functions. Okay, coming to the summary of this session. Top-down design. So we will start the main executing from the main function. Later on, it will go to the simple functions. The design is said to be top-down design. Coming to the main function, main is also a function which is to be executed, and function itself, a specific task, it performs a specific task when it is called. Coming to modularity. A particular task was divided into n number of modules is called as modularity, and reusability is also one of the features of this particular problem. So if I want to use some lines of code, n number of lines of code is there. Some 3 lines or 4 lines of code we have to write for multiple times in different places. We will take that in one place, and whenever we want that particular code, we can call it directly using writing. That would be separated. So that is reusability. And later on we have seen what is function declaration, how you are going to declare a function, and how you are going to define the function, and what is a function call. In the later on sessions, we are going to we will see what are the types of functions, how the functions will be implemented in C and all. Thank you everyone.